It's about 4:45, and I'm walking home from work, as usual, cutting across the field of my old elementary school. I always like walking this way and seeing parents with their kids on the playground. More than once it's lifted my spirits after an especially bad day at work. Today there's only one kid, a little girl about 6 or 7 years old, with short brown hair and a pale face dotted with freckles. I stop and watch her valiant progress across the monkey bars. Fall leaves spill out of her stuffed jacket pockets as she swings hand over hand, and when she notices me out of the corner of her eye, she completes the last 2 swings before dropping down onto her feet and taking a bow. I laugh and clap appreciatively. "Hey, mister," she says. "Do you want to play with me?" "Sorry," I tell her. "I can't right now. I'm on my way home to feed my kitty, who's about to have kittens soon." Which is true. Molly's kittens are due any day now. For all I know, there might be several new mouths to feed when I get home today. Looking around, I notice that no parent or older sibling is present, and I ask where her mom or dad is. "My mom's inside," she replies, "talking to a student about his current behavior. She's going to be out soon, and then we're going to go home." Ah, a teacher. That makes sense. Still, even though her mom's coming to get her soon, maybe I should stay here until then? My thought process is interrupted by another question from the little girl. "Want to see what I can do?" I smile and say, "Sure I do. Go ahead and show me." She grins broadly, and I expect her to run off to the monkey bars or another part of the playground, but instead she just opens her mouth. Really, really wide. My jaw practically aches just looking at her. I start to say something, but she holds up one finger precociously, indicating she isn't done. I watch patiently in silence as she keeps her mouth open and stands stone still, arms at her sides. 10 seconds pass, then 15. I grow increasingly uncomfortable. Suddenly, her left hand flies up to her mouth and tugs on a top tooth, wiggling it from side to side. And I realize with horror that this child is about to rip out her own loose baby tooth for my viewing pleasure. Baby teeth are meant to fall out, but I don't want her to hurt herself. I step forward to stop her, and that's when it happens. She pulls the tooth out of her mouth, only it's still attached to her mouth. The incisor is still attached to where it used to be, anchored by a long string of what appears to be gum tissue, and she holds it triumphantly in the air. Then she pulls on it further. Another tooth, identical to the first, begins to emerge, connected to the same strand. Then another, and another. As I look on, frozen to the spot, the little girl pulls out tooth after tooth, as a magician would pull out a length of scarves tied together, producing them seemingly from nowhere. A grotesque chain of teeth and gum hangs slack from her mouth, even as she grins lopsidedly. Not a nervous grin or a mentally unstable one, but a genuine smile, warm and triumphant. "That's not all I can do, though. Watch this, okay?" I nod autonomously, still in shock, but she isn't waiting for my go-ahead. The string of teeth starts to move. Then so do the other teeth. They wiggle insistently and gently pushing their way out, not forcing their way out. As she opens her mouth wider and wider, more strands emerge, holding themselves upright like snakes. They turn towards me, and there are so many writhing, they obscure her face from this angle. What I'm left looking at is a creature of tendrils that erupt from a small mouth stretched entirely too wide. A creature dressed in lilac-colored pants and a pink jacket and little red Crocs. It's a windless day, and I can hear the tiny wet sounds the teeth make as they emerge, wriggling around before they pop free. The tendrils extend towards me, closer and closer. I don't scream or run, because surely this can't be real, but I mean, come on, this isn't happening. This really is not a thing that can ever happen. I feel something small and hard gently tapping on my hand. I don't look down. The saliva-covered tooth string winds itself around my pinky finger. More come to join it. Slowly, each of my fingers on my right hand is lovingly embraced. I close my eyes tightly, very tightly. 3 gentle taps between my eyes. Then suddenly, almost instantaneously, my hand is free. I can actually hear them whipping back through the air, retreating. No, retracting, like a dog leash or a measuring tape. I open my eyes and see the little girl with freckles, short brown hair, and hazel eyes. She looks proud of herself, but she's not looking at me anymore. She's looking at an advancing figure who's just come out of the school's double doors. Hannah! Hannah, it's time to go now. Go get your backpack. Hannah runs to collect her bag from where she had evidently tossed it earlier. Her mother looks in my direction, noticing me for the first time. She gives me a friendly hi and sincere smile, and is exactly the same as her daughter's smile, in shape and relative width, but this is the tired smile of someone relieved to be off work for the day. She is a beautiful woman, and she certainly has a beautiful daughter, and I'm crazy. There's no other explanation for it. I've gone crazy. I am crazy. Are you all right? Oh, I've been staring. I've been staring with God knows what expression, and I'm not smiling. I'm not saying hi back. Oh, look at her. Oh, God, I'm making her nervous. I swallow and regain my composure as best I can with a, hi, yeah, sorry, I'm alright, it's just been a long day, and then a short strangled laugh. It's then that Hannah's feet come crunching back over the gravel. She has her Finding Nemo backpack slung over one shoulder, and they leave together, walking to the parking lot. Her mother does not speak to me again, or wave goodbye. However, Hannah does. For just a moment as they walk away, she turns around and gives me a little wave, and I just stand there. And I'm aware I'm waving back, waving like the Queen, no less. Why am I doing that? I turn around and set off for home, walking briskly, running my tongue over my front teeth nervously, and I can't help but think that, wait, oh God, one of them feels loose.